Good evening, everyone. This is O'Neill. Welcome to our overview. This call, we're going to do an open call. I want to thank each and everyone for on the call. As you know, we had meetings in Trinidad today, yesterday, last night, and also today. And, it was fantastic. And I would like Wendy to come on and just share her experience because she's in Trinidad and tell us how Miss Jacinth and, what was the atmosphere and, the information that was conveyed. If you can come on, Wendy, and share with us, let us know what's going on in there in Trinidad.
Oh, thank you so very much, O'Neill. Good night, everyone. Well, we had the first meeting yesterday afternoon at San Fernando, which was the southern meeting, the one in South. And we had a very good participation. As a matter of fact, we had about 40 guests. And we had about 5 distributors who were present as well. Justin did a very good job, of course, with the presentation, and we had people's interests that were tweaked even at the end where she asked, people who were interested in coming on as distributors and the reason why, they were interested. You had very good stories coming out from a lot of people who have had ailments and who really want to use the product, in order to be better, in order to live a healthier lifestyle. Even at today's meeting, one of the meetings, the luncheon meeting today, that was held in Champlain, that meeting was also well attended. What I love about that meeting is that there were a lot of questions. People were asking a lot of questions, so, from that you could glean that people, they were seeking clarification as it related to the product itself, what the product can do, and, the way forward in terms of, if it is they are interested in joining the business, people were just seeking clarification. And I think it was, overall a very good meeting, both of them so far. The other meeting that it probably should be ended by now. So I trust that meeting would be another awesome meeting as well.
Oh, great. I'm happy to hear about the attendance down there in Trinidad and great things. As I was sharing earlier, I did have a guest in Trinidad and they actually signed up today on excited. So, people are seeing the word and we're bridging the gaps and, the Caribbean is doing fantastically well. And, there's a lot of people out there that can be helped with what we have to offer, ladies and gentlemen. So, don't be afraid to ask the people who they do they know. Asking for referrals is a powerful means of building the business. And what I will share with you guys is this. One of my most significant breakthroughs, okay, not just in this opportunity, but in network marketing came from referral. In 2007, I was, a part of a new venture, and this is a true story too. I contacted a friend of a family, a very close friend of a family, who was business savvy, but they were very not to my knowledge, not knowing that they were very negative towards network marketing. And they called it everything a scam, pyramid, all this stuff. And but I didn't back down. I just said, okay, I mean, that's your opinion, but I'm going to move forward. So, but who do you know? And I asked him, can you give me the names of 4 people that may be interested in what I have to offer? And she actually gave me 4 names. One person called me back, and I built a relationship with that person. And 2 years later, that person came into my business. And when she came into the business, when we started working together, she put 1,800 people in the business in 45 days. Wow. And that came from a referral. Come to find out, she was the #1 earner from another company. And I never even knew that until we got started working together. And that taught me a big lesson, guys. That's why when I'm doing my training, I'm teaching from my own personal experience when I keep reiterating the power of referrals. Now, let me give you another powerful story about referrals. When I started with Synergy, okay, I met this person 10 years ago, a bishop that came into my previous business referred me to this lady. And he says, if you can get her, you will get all of Canada.
Hmm.
And so, you know, she never joined with me, but I kept the relationship, and I built a relationship with her. And when I joined Synergy, she was the doctor that you often hear me talk about, that I sent my information to check out the information. And she joined with me in Synergy. And that's when we had about 200 people come in Canada. Referral.
Great.
So, you know, those are some of the powerful things I want to share with you about building this business, and why you have to become very competent with your skill, why you have to be diligent in, you know, in talking to people and doing these three-way calls, because it will build your competence, and through your competence you'll get greater confidence. And when you're confident that you're going to do this no matter what, you will ask for the strong referral from people, even if they're negative or not, you know, or they just don't see what you see. Okay, it's not about that. It's finding people who are looking for you. And how do you do that? You have to go through other people to find those people. And if you do not ask for the referral, you won't know. And look at how it's changed my business. You know, so talking from personal experience, that's why it is so important, guys, to start doing these, leveraging third party, because these people, all of them that I just shared with you with a referral, I put them on the phone with someone, you know, and leverage that. And because of how they saw how I conducted myself, you know, they referred people to me, and then one of them came on the business, you know. So, you know, powerful referrals are powerful, ladies and gentlemen. Do not leave, you know, even your customers, always ask them, you know, when they're on the product, whether they take the product or whether they don't want to, always ask for referrals, because you do not know who someone may lead you to. Okay, and that person may lead you to someone else. For example, just like on this phone, we heard Greg, right? And Mr. Jordan. Greg was a referral from a friend that Mr. Jordan spoke to. And Greg now is building the business, and he's starting to build a team in Detroit and so forth. The power of referrals is powerful. It's much more powerful than what you can bring to the table. The beautiful thing is, all you have to do is bring yourself and be courageous enough to ask the question, ask for referrals, you know, and share your opportunity. So it's a powerful building tool, and talking from my own personal experience, it has transformed my life, you know. So that's one of the things. Now, more and more of us are conducting these three-way calls, and because of it, now some of us are seeing even more activity in their business, in terms of you know, customers, signing up customers this week and last week, and, you know, looking forward to achieving ranks. And because of that, you feel better about yourself, you feel better about the business, you know, your esteem, because we're all human, right? We go through these cycles are thinking it don't work, what am I doing? We beat up on everything, we blame something, but not focused on the fact that we have to develop ourselves, you know, because our goals and our dreams are a little higher than where we are. And what we have to do is we have to grow up to that. And how do you grow up to that? Doing the task, doing these daily activities, what it takes for you to grow, to progress, to transcend yourself, to rise above, to go beyond your own limit, because your limit right now has, you know, brought you to where you are. So you have to grow beyond that. And once you understand that principle, that you have to take these steps every day, okay? Because every day, a little bit of improvement will have a compounding effect on your overall achievement, you know, then you'll realize how important these trainings, this information is to you, okay? So just wanted to share that with anyone. Anybody have a question or a comment, you know, the floor is open. This is an open call. Since we have all members on the call, you know, let's take advantage of this. And if you have any comments or questions, the floor is open. State your name, and the floor is yours.
Hey O'Neill, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead, Mr. Jordan.
Yes. I just want to ask a question about your testimony
Go ahead.
because I just got a text from our team member Dwayne Lusk about a person who has asthma and some sinus issues. And I know in the 22 Reasons sheet, number 13 deals with asthma,
Uh-huh.
but wasn't part of your testimony dealing with a sinus problem you had or allergies?
Yeah, because it's been 2 years, and I haven't had sinus activity since I've been on the Pro-Arginine. This year I had a little bit of
Great,
sniffle, but nothing to really write home about.
great. Yeah, because
So
I text Dwayne back. He's at work now. I texted him back and I told him I said I believe O'Neill has some sinus issues. Let me find out tonight.
yeah, man,
And
I have to
you
sleep
might want
sleep
to.
with the windows open and sleep sitting up and all. It was crazy.
Wow. So you might want to get O'Neill to help you with a three-way with your person at work. You
Hmm.
know.
Yeah. But
Yep.
those are the powerful
So
things,
I
you
do.
leverage testimonials, and that's why, we're gonna have more calls where people and share their testimonials, and that's why you always
Okay.
hear me open the floor for people to talk about product or how they're feeling, and to share
Right.
their testimonials, because when people hear it, you know the old saying goes, right? Stories sell, but facts tell, right?
That's right.
Facts tell and stories sell. And somebody's story is what convicts other people, to take this product when they hear about other people. And then once they get it in them, they want to tell their story. Think about that. They want to tell their story,
Mhm.
right? And
Mhm.
that's what
Mhm.
convicts others. So yeah, let him contact me and I'll be more than happy to speak to that individual. So that's a great one there. Great point there, Mr. Jordan.
Yeah. And I got one more thing to add. It's a young man. It's a good friend of my godson,
Go ahead. Yeah.
and he just opened up a hand car wash. Okay. And I was telling him that back in the 70s, I was 17 years old and I was assistant manager in the car wash, and I know how to run them. So I've been hanging out with him, networking up there because everybody comes through this hand car wash. We're talking about, professional people. So I've been networking up there a few days out through the week. And I shared the shot with him 3 days ago. One Project 9 Plus and an E9. Okay. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I call it the shot. And he tried it. He called me Pops. He said, Pops, he said, usually when my girlfriend picks me up to go home after I lock up, I fall asleep. He said, I didn't fall asleep. He said, I had so much energy. He said, and the curious thing is that he said, when I went home and got in the bed, I went to sleep. So when he opens his shop up, I gave him a shot again today. When he opens his shop up, I was up there the last couple of mornings, and around 9:30, 10 o'clock, we'd be sitting up front if nobody's in the shop, come and get a hand wash. And he just nods off. So I told him, I said, LB, I said, just take this shot in the morning. Don't wait till 12 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon to take it. I said, tomorrow, just take these 2 packs I gave you, take them in the morning, and just come on, open up your business. So he said, I love this product. He said, I want to order. So he wants to order 2 boxes of Pro-Arginine and a box of E9 that'll carry him through the month. So, but the referrals that I'm going to get from that is going to be tremendous. I just wanted to share that as well.
Wow, that's powerful, man. You see, those are the things that, you know, when you hear it, you can't help but to be excited, because once people, and those are young people, right?
Yeah, he's young, 32.
Wow.
Went to one of the more exclusive colleges here in Detroit, University of Detroit. Got a business major there, so he knows a lot of cleverer people.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's a good testimony.
Yeah. Anyone else? The floor is open. Let's share. This is how we
Yeah,
learn. This is how we grow.
yeah, O'Neill, Greg, how are you doing?
Good, 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 my friend.
Good. So a few days ago, I was at my cousin's house, and And we just talking, and she looks. She says, "Man, what are you doing?" I said, "Where you going from?" She said, "Your skin." I never seen your skin that clear. And I said, "Oh, I'm just taking this new supplement, for arginine." I explained to her about that. And he said, "Man, your skin." That's it. And I mentioned that to Stan. He just started laughing because he knew what it was,
Uh-huh.
And so I didn't even know it affects the skin. So now, as something else, this product here happens in small increments. The more you take it, you see more things happen to your body. If you pay attention to your body, things do happen.
Exactly. And I've heard other people talk about, they notice their skin is it's supple and elastic, and it looks more youthful. It's power of blood flow.
Correct. Right.
That's fantastic, brother. Anyone else? The floor is open. Now's the time to ask questions, make comments. I know Ms. Watkins is excited about Thursday in Mayo, Florida. We will be in Mayo doing a presentation. If anybody knows anyone in northern central Florida, definitely, invite them out if they're within an hour drive. It's a powerful opportunity to meet myself and see the presentation. So Mrs. Watkins, do you have anything you'd like to share about, the testimonials, the three-way calls, how you're excited about the future?
Hello. Yes. I have a testimonial about the product myself. I've noticed that. I think I heard you say one time about after you started using it, how things started to heal faster, like, abrasion. I noticed that, when I get an abrasion or something like that on my skin, so, how you get a skin tear sometimes, and like I had one, and it, like overnight, that next day, it's almost like it's a week or so old, and it just heals faster. You know what I'm saying? So that's something I've been noticing, that things heal faster.
Yeah.
As I yeah. But I'm excited because I've been going back to my old customers and talking to them, and I see now I'm learning how to readdress things instead of, at first I was kind of nervous, and I'm being a little bit more honest with myself, a little more realistic, and having a little bit more confidence about what we have here. And it makes you feel like, because I used to, when you approach people, sometimes you think, well, you feel like, you're doing something to them, or instead of doing something for them. You know what I'm saying? So it's given me a little bit more confidence in going forward as to, when you see what you have and see how it can benefit other people. And then I know that what I do has to be dependent on, how I progress, and how well I do depends on what I do, not on what other people do or what they say, or, the yeses and the nos. And I'm learning to be more consistent with what I do, in measuring progress a little bit more different. I used to measure it by how many. I mean, you want to make money, you want to get customers, you don't want to get the product out. But I think it's a little more important to be more consistent than it is to just try to. Because sometimes you do well, and then the next day you don't do well, so you can't measure by that. You have to measure by, being more consistent, more confident in what you're doing. So that's the area I think I'm growing in.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Being a little bit more confident. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, consistency. That's fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anyone else? Marjorie in Jamaica, what's going on down there, lady?
Oh my God. Okay, so I have been doing a number of strategies to up my thing, my marketing thing. First of all, my brochures, I use the physician desk reference. That's up front. That's the very first one. Then behind that, I have the 22 benefits. Sorry. Behind that, I have the L-arginine provides cardiovascular health answers. And then behind that, I have the study overview. What I've noticed in the last week is that it has aroused more interest. So the minute I hand it to them, it's like, because they see the physician desk reference. Now today I went to the school where the principal and teacher, they asked me to come back to bring product for them. And on my way back, I saw this lady in her car and I showed it to her. Lo and behold, she is the wife of a pastor. And when she looked at it, she was like, I'm going to talk to my husband. He's the pastor of the church. And would you come in and do a presentation for me? I said, sure. So she says she will call me. I have her number, of course, so I will follow up on that. What I also have been doing is that I know this lady, she has a shop, and she has been taking the product. So I asked her, would you put it in your shop for me? She says yes. She has been doing that. And the brochures are going like crazy because everybody that comes to our shop, the persons who delivers the goods, she gives it to them and they're like, this is interesting. I need to do some research on this. But guess what? There's this lady who apparently she distributes other products. She's like I don't know if she's a pharmacist or what, but she buys products and she distributes, she sells. And so I gave it to her and she was asking, oh, do they have study? And then when she looked at it, she was like, I need to do some more research on this and get back to you now. If I owed her, she's a big fish. So I'm just keeping my fingers crossed.
Yeah. So what does that tell you? You're doing things daily, huh? So if you're most people don't know about you that this is a whole new experience for you and you're stepping out of your comfort zone. So explain to people, sometimes we have a conversation and because of the newness of this, but how do you see your future since you've been here? What's your vision, of your next couple of years for yourself and your growth?
Well, like you say, O'Neill, I'm really out of my comfort zone. I'm not a talker by nature. I am like, I don't know. But the thing for me is that because I'm getting these positive results, because I tell people, like yesterday, somebody said to me that they're not able to, she wants the product, but she's not able to buy it until the end of the month. I said, listen to me. My first and foremost is to see that people is getting results, getting positive results. So if you take the 2 samples and you are getting results, that's what is first and foremost for me. And she says, oh, that's what I want to hear. So that's the strategy I use, because yes, it's a business, but at the same time, first and foremost for me, it's the wellness of people. And so I have been really giving out samples like that, giving out the samples, and people have been calling and they have been saying that they have been getting positive results. And interestingly, most of the persons I give the samples to, after they take like 1 or 2, they are seeing results. I mean, and the energy, most persons are having their energy. So that's
Well, thank you so much, Marjorie. We're getting some feedback here. But thank you so much. As you hear it, ladies and gentlemen, she's stepping out of her comfort zone, and because of that, she is growing herself, and she's seeing, the benefits of that. And another thing, is that with Marjorie being there in Jamaica, she finds herself now whenever she goes out on the road, she always has her information with her and product with her.
Yeah.
So, share people with that. Share, how, you and I have had these conversations where, you find yourself, you feel like you're not armed whenever you leave the house.
Yes, because okay, like on Saturday, I went to get some fruits and I was like, can't bother to carry the product. Because like, why I have to be carrying this thing every time I'm going out? I'm like, like a slave to this thing. So, but guess what happened? I had to turn back because I met this lady and I started telling her about it. Never had a brochure, didn't have any samples. And she was interested. So what did I do? I turned back. And I went and I got it and I gave it to her. I'm just waiting for her to tell me. Usually you don't see them until the weekend because they have to leave out early, but that's okay. But then there's other lady that lives just a couple of doors from me, And I spent like about half an hour at her house because she went through the brochure. Then I showed her a few videos, and she actually went through all of them. And she said to me that she's gonna be doing some more research because she, like, one day she had to be taking like 18 tablets per day. I'm like, what? She says, and one set of those tablets was like $55,000 per month for a monthly supply. I'm like,
How
what?
much is that in US currency?
Oh my God, O'Neill, that's a lot of money. I don't know.
That's like $500, I think.
Something like that. I don't know. It's a lot of money. A lot of money. I'll have to divide that by 120. It's 127 now.
Oh, so it's more like, it's like 400 and something, yeah.
Okay, right. So yeah, for one, and that was just one set of the tablets for a month. And she used to have to be taking like 18 tablets per day. So when she looked through the brochure and saw all the benefits that this has to offer, she was like, wow. So I'm just waiting on her because she says she has her problems. Her husband, oh, but guess what? So when she saw the one that spoke about erectile dysfunction here, oh, I need to show my husband this. I was like cracking up.
Well, that's great. That's great. You know, that is one of the health benefits too. So, you know, ladies and gentlemen, you're hearing, you know, you hear how passionate she is and exciting she is. This is someone who, you know, never thought they would be doing anything like this. And if you know that she can't stop talking, right? That's what the effect that Arginine and this opportunity has. And, you know, so do you. You know, when you hear other people talk, I'm sure this is encouraging to each and every one on the call to hear other people's experience.
Yes, yes, it is.
It is.
So, you know, that's why it's so important for us, you know, to stay connected, to stay, you know, plugged in to the success line, the resources that are around you, and utilize these calls, because this call is recorded. So share it with some people. You know, you'll be surprised, you know, the effect that these recordings will have on people. So, you know, we'll upload this and we'll send it out to you guys, you know, and want to thank you all for participating. Anybody else out there do the call?
Yes, good night. It's Berenice.
Hi, Berenice.
Hi, I need a couple of suggestions. I have a prospect with kidney concerns. How best should I tell them to drink the Pro-Arginine?
I would recommend that they go on the clinical dosage for the first 90 days, which is 2 packets with a bottle of water in the morning and 2 packets in the evening for at least 90 days. That's what I would recommend.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. And also this I have another customer. She just I sent her samples before, and today she asked me for the Pro-Arginine. Her problem is right now she's having like edema in the feet, and it's alternating, and she has a lot of pains. So that one box. So how should I tell her to drink that?
Well, I mean, you know, I would still recommend to her that she has to make a 90-day commitment, because if she has those type of ailments, she has to commit to the product, because you have to give your body time to go through the process, you know, and let this work so that they can have long-term results. You don't want them to have short-term results and then they come off and then, you know, come back. You know, we're looking to benefit people's lives. So I would recommend to her, you know, fully commit to it. You have, you know, 1 box, but commit to at least 2 boxes for the next 90 days, because your health is your greatest asset.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, thank you. That's fantastic. Great question. So everyone is doing some things, and it's exciting time, you know, and I'm excited to, you know, that you guys are on this call and staying connected. You know, just want to thank you all. Anybody else out there, question, comments before we wrap up?
One more thing, Sonia. I've been sending out like texts to a couple of acquaintances and asking them if they're familiar with nitric oxide. And I've been getting some responses that people say, well, they don't know about it, and then I'll send information for them. So I've been working on that strategy right there. So hopefully I'll get more results, because I normally ask them if they know about Pro-Arginine, and they don't even respond. So I'm asking if they know about the miracle molecule, nitric oxide therapy.
Yeah.
I don't know if that is a good strategy. You know?
It is a good strategy. You're getting response, right?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So, you know, you follow up, and when they ask you no, or they're asking you questions, say, hey, hold on, let me connect you with somebody that can share their testimonial with you.
And I've been asking people to join the call so far. I haven't noticed any of them as yet, but I'm still hopeful.
What I would do is this. I would before you invite them to the call, let somebody like myself or Jacinth invite them to the call. Put them on the phone with us. Say, hey, listen, you know, I want you to hear the testimonial about the people that have benefited from this nitric oxide and so forth. Hold on a second. Let me connect you with somebody so you can hear their testimonial.
Okay.
And that's what we do. We invite them to the call for you. That's what the power of the three-way call is. Because what happens when you do it that way, you have an 80% success rate of them getting on the call. Make sense?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Great, great, great. Anyone else? All right. Want to thank everyone. This concludes the call. We're having another call at 9 p.m. Eastern time. I know there's time changes, you know, in effect. So remember, it's 9 p.m. Eastern time. So some people may be at 8 p.m. for some, and some people may be at a different time. Remember, if you follow the 9 p.m. Eastern, then you'll tune into the right time. I know in Jamaica it's 8, you know, 9 p.m. Eastern is 8 p.m. For them. And so, I'm not sure about Trinidad, but
9. We are 9 p.m.
Oh, we're on the same time. Okay, great, great, great.
Correct.
Okay, great. So look forward to having you guys on the call Thursday, and look forward to having guests on the call. And we're excited. Thank you guys for being a part of this wonderful movement, being a part of this wonderful organization, the Legacy Movement. You know, we're going to leave a fantastic legacy in the lives of people out there. So this concludes the call. Good night. God bless everyone.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.